You're in a disagreement that's going nowhere. The other person raises their voice, and something in you wants to match it. So you push harder. They push harder. Force meets force, and nothing gives. We're taught that strength means pressure, volume, dominance. That the loudest and the hardest wins. But the strongest thing you know might be the softest thing you know. 2,500 years ago, a Chinese philosopher named Laozi wrote about it in the Tao Te Ching. Laozi simply means old master. He's the legendary founder of Taoism, and the Tao Te Ching is the most translated book in history, after the Bible. At its heart is a single image, repeated again and again. Water. Nothing in the world is softer than water. You can hold it, spill it, pour it into any shape. And yet, Laozi wrote, for attacking the hard and unyielding, nothing can surpass it. Chapter 78, the soft overcomes the hard. The gentle overcomes the rigid. Everyone knows this is true, but few can put it into practice. Think about what water actually does. It doesn't fight the rock in its path. It flows around it. It doesn't attack the canyon. It simply passes through, over millennia, and carves the deepest gorge on earth. Every drop is weak. 1,000,000 drops, patient and persistent, are unstoppable. Water always seeks the lowest place. Chapter 66, the sea is king of 100 rivers because it lies below them all. Humility, not dominance, is what makes the sea the master of every river that feeds it. Laozi's most radical claim is about life itself. Chapter 76, a man is born gentle and weak. At death, he is hard and stiff. Green plants are tender and filled with sap. At death, they are withered and dry. So the rigid and stiff are followers of death. The soft and yielding are followers of life. A living branch bends in the wind. A dead one snaps. Flexibility is not weakness. It is the signature of being alive. This is the paradox Laozi built an entire philosophy on. The weakest thing conquers the strongest. The yielding overcomes the unyielding. Modern life runs on the opposite assumption. Grind harder. Push through. Be relentless. Hustle culture tells you that force is the only language power speaks. But look at what actually wins in the long run. The great nonviolent movements of the 20th century were water. They refused to fight, and they wore down regimes that seemed unbreakable. Gandhi and King knew something the empires facing them didn't. Force exhausts itself. Water does not. Judo's founding principle is the same. Maximum efficiency, minimum effort. Softness controls hardness. Tai Chi, born from Taoist thought, teaches that you redirect force rather than meet it. Modern psychology stumbled onto the same truth. The harder you try to suppress a thought, the more it persists. The harder you try to force sleep, the more awake you are. The tighter you grip, the more slips away. Psychologists call it the paradox of effort. Trying is not the same as doing. Sometimes the most powerful move is to release. Even water, left completely still, clears itself. Mud settles on its own. Laozi said the still mind works the same way, leave it alone and it finds clarity. Think of the last time a hard thing broke. The relationship you gripped too tightly. The plan you forced past every warning sign. And think of what endured. The conversation you let breathe. The path you took around the obstacle instead of through it. Water does not stop being water when the river bends. It takes the bend. The destination stays the same. Only the route changes. This is not passivity. Laozi is not telling you to give up. He is telling you that there are two kinds of strength. There is the strength that resists, and the strength that endures. One shatters. The other outlasts everything. The next time you're tempted to harden, remember the water. Lower your voice. Bend instead of breaking. Take the long way around. Let the other person's force meet something it cannot grab. You. The softest thing in the world overcomes the hardest. Not by fighting. By staying soft long enough to win. Be water, Laozi said. Find the lowest place. Flow around what you cannot move. And in time, wear down what will not yield. Because what is rigid breaks, and what is soft endures. That is not weakness. It is the deepest kind of strength.